Listen to me very carefully because what I'm about to tell you goes against every romantic movie, every love song, and every piece of advice your well-meaning but broke friends have ever given you. You're exhausted, aren't you? You've spent weeks, maybe months, chasing her. You're checking your phone every 5 minutes. You're analyzing the tone of her last haha text. You're trying to figure out why she's going cold when you're giving her everything. You think that if you just send one more perfectly crafted message or show up at her door with a grand gesture, she'll finally see your value. Stop, right now. You're acting like a fan, not the main character. And let me give you the brutal truth. Nobody wants to date their biggest fan. They want to date the star. By chasing her, you are literally shouting at her that your life is less interesting than hers. You are telling her that your time has no value. And if you don't value your time, why on earth should she? If you want her to come back, if you want her to actually crave your presence, you have to give her the gift of your absence. You have to ignore the impulse to chase and master the art of distance. Here is the deep dive psychology on why women always return when you stop caring, and how you're going to use this silence to rebuild your empire. 1. The death of the chase and the birth of value. In the world of economics, there is a fundamental law: supply and demand. When something is everywhere, it's cheap. Sand is everywhere, nobody pays for it. Diamonds are rare, people kill for them. Right now, your attention is sand. You are throwing it at her in handfuls. You are always available, always replying, always checking in. You have effectively zeroed out your own value. When you give a woman distance, you are creating a shortage. Suddenly, the commodity of you is no longer on the market. Her brain is wired to notice changes in patterns. When the constant good morning texts stop, the dopamine hits she didn't even realize she was getting from your validation disappear. That's when the withdrawal kicks in. She goes from feeling suffocated to feeling curious. And curiosity is the first step back to attraction. 2. The Zeigarnik effect, the power of the unfinished story. Psychology 101. The human brain hates an open loop. We are obsessed with unfinished tasks. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. When you're chasing her, the story is finished. She knows you like her. She knows she can have you whenever she wants. The loop is closed. There's no mystery, no tension, no excitement. But the moment you ignore her, the moment you walk away and stay quiet, you open a massive loop in her head. Wait, why did he stop? Did he find someone else? Did I push him too far? Is he finally over me? She will spend more time thinking about you in your silence than she ever did when you were talking to her. You become a puzzle she needs to solve. She will replay your last interaction 1,000 times trying to find the answer. Silence isn't just nothing. Silence is a loud, echoing question mark that she cannot ignore. 3. Oxygen and the suffocation threshold. Let's get real. If she pulled away, it's usually because she felt the pressure. Men think they are being loving, but to a woman, excessive pursuit feels like an anchor. It's heavy, it's demanding, it says, I am giving you all this attention, now you owe me your feelings. Distance is oxygen. When you back off, you let her breathe. You let the emotional field clear. You have to be the guy who is so secure in himself that he doesn't need to hover. A man who hovers is a man who is afraid. A man who gives distance is a man who is confident. Confident men are rare. Rare men are high value. 4. Reclaiming the mission. The empire mindset. Why does distance work so well? Because it forces you to stop looking at her and start looking at yourself. While you were chasing her, your mission was her. That's a weak mission. A woman wants to be a part of your world. She doesn't want to be your world. If she is the center of your universe, you have no gravity. When you ignore the distraction and give her distance, you must use that time to grind. The gym. Get your body right. Not for her, but because a man in control of his physique is a man in control of his life. The money. Focus on your career, your business, your side hustle. Build your bank account until it's a fortress. The mind. Read, learn, meditate, become stoic. When she eventually checks your social media, and she will check, she shouldn't see you posting sad quotes or looking for attention selfies. She should see a man who is thriving, smiling, and busy. When she sees that you are perfectly happy without her, her ego will take a massive hit. She will realize that you don't need her. And the moment she realizes you don't need her is the exact moment she decides she needs you. 5. The primal instinct, hunter versus prey biologically. We are still hunters. But here is the secret of the hunt. If the prey stops running and walks into the woods, the hunter gets confused. By chasing her, you positioned yourself as the one pursuing something of higher value. You made yourself the lower person in the hierarchy. When you ignore her, you flip the hierarchy. You become the one who is too busy to be bothered. You become the prize that walked away. Her primal instinct will tell her to reestablish the connection just to prove to herself that she still has the power. This is why they always come back with a hey or a random question. They are testing the waters to see if they still have the leash on you. 6. The reach out trap. How to win the end game. This is where 90% of men fail. They do the silence perfectly for 2 weeks. They get a text that says, "Hey, how are you?" And they lose their damn minds. They reply in 2 seconds with, "OMG, hey, I missed you so much. I was just thinking about you. Do you want to meet up tonight?" Game over. You just lost all the leverage you spent weeks building. When she returns, and she will, you must treat her with polite detachment. The reply: wait a few hours, maybe a day. The content: keep it short. No emojis, no questions about her life. "I'm doing great, busy with work. Hope you're well." The frame: you are the one ending the conversation. You have to show her that her reach out didn't rock your world. You have to show her that your life is so full and so exciting that her text was just a minor blip in your day. This drives a woman crazy in the best way possible. It confirms that the distance wasn't a game, it was a reality. You really are that man now. 7. Emotional stoicism. Becoming the rock distance isn't just a tactic, it's a transformation. It's about killing the simp inside of you. It's about realizing that your happiness is not a hostage to her validation. When you can sit in a room alone without her text and feel like a king because you know you're working on your goals, that is true power. Women sense that energy from a mile away. It's a vibration of self-sufficiency. She will return because she wants to feel that strength. She wants to be around a man who is a rock, not a leaf blowing in the wind of her emotions. Final thought: stop being afraid of losing her. You've already lost her by chasing her into a corner. The only way to win is to be willing to lose it all, walk away, build your empire, silence the noise, ignore the breadcrumbs. If she is the right one, she will realize that a man like you, a man who respects his own time and has the balls to stay quiet, is a once-in-a-lifetime find. Give her the space to miss you. Give her the silence to hear her own heart. And most importantly, give yourself the chance to become the man you were always meant to be.